Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. It has been a crazy week around here. So we're going to get started with some Disney trivia here in just a moment, but give you a little bit of a rundown of our last week because it's been interesting at least. So first we had quite a few children and grandchildren running around here starting last Wednesday, and we had a wonderful time visiting our grandkids. We had all 7 of them together for the first time in a while, so we don't get to do that very often. Our grandkids are spread out from pretty much Colorado all the way down through Kentucky. So we love when we get the opportunity to have them in town and get to spend some time with them. So we're really looking forward to, in just about 4 weeks, hitting the road with 5 of those grandkids. So that's really going to change the dynamics if you've been following our channel for some time. So I assume the audio is working well. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Just let me know the audio is working well. We will get started here in just a moment with some Disney trivia. I do want to remind everybody that let's see here, that this month our contest prizes are paid out based on our watch hours. So we're looking for people to exchange watch hour time with. If you have time to watch some of our videos, we'd be happy to return the favor on your channel as well. And that will help us gain the watch hours so that we can help get the channel monetized to help support the many charities that we're involved in. And actually, our charities are going to benefit at the end of this month because our prizes payouts not only pay those who play the game and win, but also to their favorite Pause and Effect charity. There'll be a amount paid out to them as well. Audio is good. I see that. Thank you, Amy. Thanks to the moderators. I see Amy in here right now. Aaron is being put to work as work camper. I think Christine will be on a little bit, and maybe my daughter Henry Doesn't might be on. Appreciate the moderators helping keep things flowing here. Hi, Linda Barker. I see you. It's about time now. And Amy McFarland, I think that's who I've seen coming in so far. As always, you do get a point for the attendance. Just for attending, you get basically an attendance point, and at the end of the month, those who have the most sessions attended will receive a $10 gift card. We're also going to do 2 drawings tonight. We're actually mixing it up tonight, where we're going to do a drawing at about an hour in and a drawing towards the end. So instead of doing 2 at the end, we're going to do 1 in the middle and 1 at the end. So let me go ahead and find that link for the first video that we're going to do the drawing on. So just bear with me a second. Because of everything that's been going on this week with the grandkids and a few other things that I'll update you on, I'm a little behind on planning, so bear with me on that. Let's go find our video from last Friday. And that will be the one that we do the first giveaway on. That would be our Gator Harley Davidson chili cook-off. And I'll be sharing that here in just a second to the comments. Let's put those in there. There we go. Okay, there's the link. That's the first competition, or the first drawing will be on that link that I just put in there. Amy, if you'll add that every once in a while to the chat, I would appreciate it. And basically, each comment that you enter is an entry into the drawing, and you win $10 if you win that drawing. We'll be doing that in about an hour or so from now. And we got a fun schedule tonight where we're going to get started with some Disney. But before we do that, a couple other things that were going on. You know, I cracked my display on my computer last Wednesday and was not able to recover the data off of that. I do have a new computer now, and I've got my old one in at one of the computer shops. They're trying to recover the data. Last I heard, they weren't having much success. So the reason why that's important is a few of my most recent videos that I edited, probably eight or 10 hours of editing work on those last couple videos, are on there. I hadn't yet transferred them to my external drive. So I'm trying to get that back before I have to redo a couple of those videos. If not, no big deal. Got a nice new MacBook Pro here, as well as my old MacBook that I use to kind of compare the chat. And so let's see what else. We also had a lot of things opening up here in St. Louis, but the one thing for us that was a little bit new this week was we were getting estimates on our roof. So we just replaced our air conditioner and our heating. And a couple weeks ago, I was cleaning out the gutters and noticed some shingles missing. So we called roof estimate. Good news, the insurance is going to cover it. In fact, they've already paid us. So we got a quote from somebody yesterday, and we're going to get a new roof here pretty soon. So we've got a few weeks to get those things done before we head out on the road. We also took our RV in for maintenance, repairs, all that type of stuff before we hit the road. And we are working on our schedule and our plans and our reservations for pretty much from June all the way through March of next year. We're kind of starting to plan some of those out. In some cases, especially in the wintertime, where we're going to Arizona and California, we made those early. And then there's just some other meetups that we've made some reservations on. But the rest of the time, we kind of keep it flexible, and things tend to change here and there. All right, so I've got a bunch more of announcements that didn't have to do with this last week. Feel free to share with us in the chat what's happened to you in the last week. Specifically, how are things going in your area? Are you starting to loosen the restrictions, getting able to get out and about? Interestingly enough, here in Missouri has been freed up or lightening the restrictions quite a bit since the 1st of May. The city and county, St. Louis City and St. Louis County, just recently opened back up on this last Monday, so 3 days ago. Ironically, though, St. Louis County did not require a mask. They just suggested a mask, and then they go to basically limiting the restrictions so more businesses go up. And now a mask is absolutely required in St. Louis County, so that was interesting. I had to put a mask on just to go check my mail. But that's I guess a part of it. Try to follow what they say as much as we can. And mainly we just try to keep our distance so we don't have to worry about masks and stuff like that. So RV Traveling MI researcher, Missouri Travelers, I see you guys coming in. Star Dim, hey, thanks for joining. We're going to get started here for 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes with some Disney trivia. What we're going to do today with the Disney trivia is basically quotes. So there'll be a point for if you guess the character that said the quote, and there'll also be a point for the movie. So you can get up to 2 points. The first person answering correctly will get the point for each of those. So you could get 1 point, or you could get 2 points, depending on if you get both answers. Hey, Brian at B&D Crafts, thanks for coming in. All right, let's do our first one. This is a quote from a Disney character. They say, "You're braver than you believe and smarter than you seem." Or I'm sorry, let me redo that. "You're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think." Can anybody name the character as well as the movie or series that came from? Let's see, get some answers coming in here. Actually, Christopher Robin is not correct. I don't think. Let me check. Nope, it's not Christopher Robin, but that's close. Winnie the Pooh, that is correct. That is correct for the character. And actually, that is also correct for the movie. So in this case, we're going to give 2 points on Winnie the Pooh. All right, so let's move on to the next one. 2 points for Christina there. Here's a one. "If you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take." If you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. That's fitting for the RV people. Some of us just go out there and travel along. Hey, Scott Jacobs, thanks for coming on in. Does anybody know the character that said, "If you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take"? Not Pocahontas or Peter Pan. Alice. Let's see here. Nope, it wasn't Alice. You're getting closer, though. Getting closer. That's on the right track. Not the Wizard of Oz. Not Rapunzel. Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat is correct. And so actually, since I said the movie and the character, we're gonna go with Cheshire Cat for a point, and also Linda Barker gets it for Alice in Wonderland. Okay, let's do another one. You control your destiny. You don't need magic to do it, and there are no magical shortcuts to solving your problems. Which character and movie is that from? You control your destiny. You control your destiny. You don't need magic to do it, and there are no magical shortcuts to solving your problems. I don't think I've even seen this movie. Moderators, feel free to add your channel as well. Amy, I think you're the only one here that has a channel. I haven't seen Aaron yet. Aladdin is not correct. Actually, there was some people answering this movie and this character earlier on one of the other quotes. I'll give it another 20 or 30 seconds here, see if anybody gets this movie quote. Brave is the movie. That's correct. Brave's the movie. It's about time now. Gets the movie. And the character from the movie is Merida. Close enough. It's about time now. You get both of those. All right, let's keep going here with some more Disney before we break for some announcements. And we have an interview coming up shortly with Brad and Diana from It's About Time Now. We're looking forward to that. All it takes is faith and trust. Which character and movie? Some of these are one and the same. This one happens to be the name of the movie and the name of the character. So 2 points for whoever gets this one. All it takes is faith and trust. Peter Pan. Peter Pan is correct. Peter Pan. Okay, let's see. Let me find another good one here. I don't want to survive. I want to live. I don't want to survive. I want to live. Does anybody know what movie that is from? Hello, Real Life with Michelle and Bob and Rob. It used to just be Real Life with Michelle, I think, right? Added Rob into the mix. Anybody know? I don't want to survive. I want to live. It's one of my favorite movies. I could give a hint, but that would give it totally away to my wife. It's not Tangled, not Rapunzel, although there's some pretty good quotes from there. Not Ariel. Hey, Crazy Shepherd, thanks for coming in. We're just playing some Disney trivia. Not Little Mermaid. I'm going to take a few more answers and move on. It doesn't look like anybody knows that one. Not Toy Story. All right, I'm going to give the answer here because I don't see it. It was Wall-E. The captain in Wall-E said that. All right, here's one. This one should be good. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Which character? What movie? Which character? What movie? Hello, Sue. Lucky dog. Lilo and Stitch was the movie, but actually the quote that they have listed here was somebody else. It was Stitch. So we got Christina with Lilo for the movie, and we're going to give Star Dim, because it's the first one that mentioned Stitch, a point. All right, here's another one we've got. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Character and movie, Just Keep Swimming. Finding Nemo's the movie, and Dory is the character. So we've got, it looks like Real Life with Michelle and Rob, and also Christina. And get each a point on that one. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in here. We got 14 in a room. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you say hi so we get you down for your attendance point. Do a few more of these before we get to some announcements. If you can't learn to run with the pack, one of these days you'll be someone's dinner. Which character and which movie is that from? If you can't learn to run with the pack, one of these days you'll be someone's dinner. And it's not the Lion King. It's not Balto. It's not Brother Bear. Wasn't Dora either. Oh, that was the Dory, I see. That Dory. Jungle Book. Jungle Book is the correct movie. Brian gets a point for that. B&D Crafts. Does anybody know the character? The character in Jungle Book that said, if you can't learn to run with the pack, one of these days you'll be someone's dinner. I'll give that about 15 seconds, see if anybody gets that. Not seeing it, so we'll give it out here. It's Bagheera. Bagheera was the answer. Bagheera. All right, there's a good one here. If I can find it again. There it is. Happiness is the richest thing we will ever own. Happiness is the richest thing we will ever own. Which Disney character said that? Which Disney character said that? Happiness is the richest thing we'll ever own. Crazy Shepherd, yep. Jungle Book. I don't know if you ever, did you see the remake one? And we've got Donald Duck here, which is correct, and that's actually the series and the character. So that one's worth 2 points. Worth 2 points. All right, let me come back and do one more of these before we move on to our schedule for tonight and some announcements. Do not be followed by its commonplace appearance. Like so many things, it's not what is outside, but what is inside that counts. What movie is this from? And character. The character is a bit obscure here. Didn't really have a name. It's just a role that they played in the movie. Do not be followed by its commonplace appearance. Like so many things, it is not what outside, but what is inside that counts. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with the agenda here. See if anybody gets that. Aladdin is correct. Aladdin is the correct movie. Does anybody know the role or the character that actually said that? I love Big Hero 6. I hope they come out with that sequel fairly soon. Oh, my new computer's not wanting to let me share my screen until I set permissions up. So just give me 1 second here. All right, let's give this a try. Hopefully that'll work. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and make that big here. And let me see, did we get any answers? No, it wasn't a genie. It was actually a merchant. It was actually just a merchant that it was in there. So we'll just give 1 point to Real Life with Michelle and Rob. That's what time we got here, 7:20. So we're right on schedule here. We did a little bit of Disney trivia, and now we're going to do a few announcements. Let me go back to that slide and let's get to our announcements here real quick. Okay, so first thing is, let's just go over the points. This is before tonight, so I'll update the points after this session. Before our next week's session, we should have one on Monday next week. I had to cancel this last Monday due to a work conflict. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Things are really heating up at work now that things are starting to open up, more meetings and such, which has also caused me to have a little bit of a challenge this week with preparation and getting everything prepared here. So if we look at our May sessions attended, we have Aaron, Brian, and Henry Does It, B&D Crafts, Henry Does It, that have all had 6 sessions. B&D Crafts is here tonight, so if Henry Does It and Aaron does not show up tonight, then Brian will be the only one in the lead for May sessions attended. And we're going to have probably 2 to 3 more sessions next Monday, next Wednesday, and then maybe one on the final day of the month just to wrap it all up. Okay, let's see here. Also on points. So on the right, the points, those are our first, second, third place prize winners. Artist on the Road, who I have not seen yet tonight. Sue with Lucky Dog is here. She's barely behind Artist on the Road. They're kind of out in front. They won the last 2 months as well, so they're a couple premier players in trivia, Mad Gab, and most of the games we play, they do pretty well. And then RV Ashes in April. They're just passed into third place, right above B&D Crafts, so a battle for third place right there. All right, now for our announcements. We did the points and attendance review. I see a few new people coming in. James Catnese, thanks for coming in. Weekend RVing, hello guys. Whole Millie's doing well there. Recently had surgery. And I got Doreen Brannon, Privies and Prims, hello. You're new to me. I haven't seen your channel before. Thanks for coming in. We may or may not be on this Friday, Brian. And you reminded me that Monday's Memorial Day, so I'll have to see what we're doing, if we're still going to have a Monday or not. But we'll definitely have one next Wednesday night, and then probably a wrap-up session on the last day of the month. Okay, so we do have a podcast interview tomorrow morning with Forever Friends. So basically, we're doing a podcast, but usually I did it on a podcast format, but to basically get 2 types of content, we're going to do it as a StreamYard live session. So you can join in, chat along as we're having that podcast. And then we'll also be uploading that podcast to our website as part of our podcast series. So Charlie Grace will be joining us with Forever Friends tomorrow morning at 9:30 Central Time. It'll probably run for about 35 minutes. And we'll do a full interview with Charlie Grace. 2 years lessons learned live session next week. So we haven't picked a day yet, but we're right at our 2-year mark when we first decided to start a channel, put our house on. Actually, we're a little past the 2-year mark because we did it in April, at the end of April last in 2018. We actually put our house on the market, not on the market, but on Airbnb and VRBO on short-term rentals, and we wanted to test the market, and pretty much it immediately got packed. So we've pretty much been in full-time RV living for the most part since then. And we're going to give you an update on how that's going with the Airbnb stuff, as well as lessons we learned during travel, the different RVs that we bought, and any topics, and answering your questions if you're curious about the full-time life, travel life, if you're curious about travel trailers versus motorhomes, which products maybe you might want to consider. And then, also things to do with your home, how it's worked out for us. We also have a Lunch and Learn series that's just normally on Thursdays at 1, but I've been packed this week. Aaron I don't believe is available, so we're going to skip this week with the Lunch and Learn series and try to resume next week. Plans and meetups. So we do have a couple of planned meetups. So June and July, we're actually going to be heading out west with our grandkids. We'll have some more information next Wednesday about what that schedule is going to look like. And we would love some feedback as we go through. We're probably going to go through Oklahoma and Texas and New Mexico and Arizona on the way out to the Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon, and then we'll start going up northwest through Utah, Idaho, into Oregon and Washington. And we'll be spending quite a bit of time up there. So if any of you have had experience or you have some videos that we can watch about your experience in those areas, we'd love to hear it. Take a look at those. And then after we get back in early August, we'll probably spend a couple of weeks here at the house, and then we're going to go to Amana, Iowa for an informal meetup with Aaron Jemison. So we're going to meet him, and there's another channel that may be joining us there, K&R Destinations, maybe coming and riding motorcycles with us. We will share some information about that. Actually, let me go ahead and show you. It's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool area, Amana, Iowa. I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing it right, but I want to share this with you once I find it here. It's called the Amana RV Park and Event Center. And this is where Aaron is work camping at. But the cool thing about this area is this town of Amana goes back 100 plus years. It was actually founded by a communal living amount of people that came, and they went to a larger city and they decided they didn't like it. So they came and basically settled in this area. And I can't remember how many acres it is, like 26,000 acres, and there's 7 different villages, and a lot of the homes from the 1800s are still there. And they operated as communal living, meaning they didn't accept or need things from outside for the most part. They grew all of their own food, they had all of their own supplies, all of that stuff at this village, and it operated until the 1920s, 1930s, around there, as a communal village. And so there's still a small amount of people that live in these areas, but I'm really looking forward to exploring the old buildings, old houses, old cafes and stuff like that were there. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So, and then we do also have another meetup, and that's going to be in August. We've got the dates. I'll have more information on that later. If you are interested, feel free to email us, and we can connect you with Aaron Jemison, who can help you set up your reservations. We're going to be there for about 9 days, but we're really just doing the meetup for that last weekend that we're going to be there, which I think is the last weekend in August. And then we also have another meetup. Let me share that one as well. That's going to be in North Carolina. So we're going to be traveling around in September, October at Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina areas. But this meetup is being organized by Camper Life, Blue Wave Odyssey, and New Horizons. And there's going to be close to 40 channels there, last I heard. And it's at Mayberry Campground, which is basically all inspired by Andy Griffith. The town of Mayberry is what is considered. And so let me share that with you as well, so you can take a look at that. Go back to the right screen and share. Mayberry Campground. There it is. Okay. So for this one, Mayberry Campground, you can either connect with New Horizons, you can connect with Blue Wave Odyssey or Camper Life. But basically, it's, I think, the 15th to the 18th of October, so from Thursday to Sunday. You don't even have to connect with anybody. You could just email or call this campground and see about the reservations. We're actually in spot 97. And we're going to be there from the 11th through the 19th. So we'll be there a little bit longer than the meetup. So if you're interested in going to North Carolina, a beautiful time of year to go there in October, give them a call, set them up, and then let everybody know on either one of those live sessions, our live, New Horizons, or Blue Wave Odyssey. I don't think Camper Life's doing any lives these days, but we're all looking forward to meeting a lot of those other channels, because we haven't, Chris and I have not really, we haven't attended a meetup. We bumped into Endless RVing at the Tampa RV show, but we really have not done a meetup. So we're pretty excited about that. Okay, so a couple more things here. We need more facts and pictures of your pets for our games. If anybody wants to participate in next week's games, if they can send those in, I'll put a banner here with more information about that. There we go. And I'll put that one there as well. Okay, cool. And I see Happy Place Camping. Thanks for coming in. I saw a few channels. Uncle Lisa's here. Hi, guys. How's it all going? We're getting ready to move into our interview phase here with It's About Time Now. So let me just make sure I've got all the announcements. Oh, sticker swap. Let's do the sticker swap first. I'm going to put my address in a little bit before the end of the day today, or end of the session today, so that you can send us your stickers if you want. But we did receive one sticker this week, Hitch Up and Tow. They're actually over the pond. They're one of the UK camping channels. There's quite a few there that we're connected with, Posh Cats, Hitch Up and Tow, and a few others. And they were the first ones to send us their stickers. So that was really cool. And we also got our new stickers. So I'll be putting the address in the chat a little bit later, but if you would like one of our stickers, you can send us yours in the mail at that address. If you don't have a sticker, but you would still like one of our dog bone stickers, just send us an email and let us know, and we'll send one out to you. And let's see here. The last thing is interview guests. So as I mentioned, we've got Forever Best Friends tomorrow. As a full-length interview podcast, and tonight we've got one channel. It's About Time Now, Brad and Diana, and I think it's time for that. So let me get a link in here that's for It's About Time Now only to click on, and once they get into lobby, we will begin that interview. So if you guys will click on that link and come in, we will start that interview in just a second. And I will go ahead and put the sticker swap address in there. We'll be watching out for them to come in. It looks like there they are, Brad and Diana. So whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and make sure that you shut down the YouTube or mute it, and we will bring you on in. So I'm going to add you in. 3, 2, 1.
I'm getting double feeds.
Are you?
You are.
Go to.
Are you hearing it on your YouTube and on StreamYard?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I've got YouTube closed.
Let's see.
Are you good now?
Yeah, I think. Hi, Sapphire.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yep, I think
I heard your doggy.
I heard one of them.
So how's it going, guys?
It's going good.
We got to talk live, but we've been chatting back and forth on quite a few lives over the last month or so.
Yeah, we're getting itching to get back out on the road. We've been staying home here in Southwest Florida and waiting for the country to open back up.
Right. Yeah, we've been doing that as well. Where were you when this all hit? Were you out on the road and had to go home?
We were actually up in South Carolina, and we were actually at our oldest son's house, and we said, you know what, we probably need to head back to the homestead there and wait and see what this is going to do, because the country was shutting down very, very quickly, and I was concerned whether we would even be able to get fuel to get home.
Yeah, that's true. So it was kind of uncharted territory. We were in Florida, so we were down there celebrating we were supposed to be there through the end of March, and it kind of all started around that first weekend in March. We were at Bike Week, and I guess the first day we were at Bike Week, they had just shut down the outside vendors, but it continued to go on. And then the second week, actually they didn't. They hadn't shut down anything the first week. The second week they'd shut down the outside vendors. And then right after we got back from there, we found out that St. Louis was going to be going into a complete lockdown the following Monday. So we're like, I don't really know what that means.
Exactly.
I didn't know if they would shut down the interstates and stuff like that. I did not figure they had the resources to do that unless they called in the National Guard. So, but we figured better safe than sorry. So we got home to our house. We kept our house. Did you guys keep your house as well?
Yeah, we did. We actually had put it on the market. We were going to sell it, and you know what? We decided that no, we're gonna keep the sticks and bricks. It's nice to have a home base to return to.
We can always change our minds later.
Right.
Yeah, we did the same thing. So there was a couple of reasons on ours. So we've done some lives on this. We'll probably talk about it a little bit next week as well. But we did the short-term rental on ours for, at the time I was going to do early retirement. So unlike you, I went back to work, so I'm not fully retired now. I work 40 hours a week from wherever we're at. But we did it to kind of be that revenue stream for us, to support if we did retire, and it's worked out pretty well. But now it's really nice to have a place to go back to, right?
Yeah, it truly is. And we started looking at retirement a couple of years ago, and family histories and friends that I've already lost, and Diana's lost, and coworkers that we lost, and we sat down and we said, I can work till I'm 65, and then maybe we'll have 20 years, maybe we'll have 30, maybe we'll have 10, or could we theoretically retire now? I turned 60 last month, and military retired from the military in 2002.
And we made we made it happen.
Yeah, we made it happen. I was working for the county, she was working for the city, and we were both vested in those, and we just said, you know what, we're going to pull the plug. We're going to see if we can make this work.
Well, congratulations on that. And actually, thank you so much for your service. We definitely enjoy supporting the service members in addition to our pet-focused charities as well. So we really thank you for that. There is a question in here. I don't want to ask it before we move on. Somebody asked if we're talking full-grown or puppies barking in the background. Tell us about your pets.
We have two miniature Australian Shepherds. They're both 40 pounds. Sapphire is 7, and Sienna is 4, and they are high speed, low drag, go, go, go. And our motorhome is only 26 feet long, and has no slides. So, we took them, last summer. We went 11,000 miles with them all the way out to the Pacific Northwest in Washington, had a great time. They're great travelers, and it just worked out. Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty tickled.
That's awesome. So I had another question that just slipped my mind, because you mentioned the Northwest. That's where we're getting ready to go. So it kind of threw me. Oh, what I was 2020
feedback.
Okay.
What's that?
26-foot trailer. That's what we started with. We started with
a 26-foot motorhome.
Oh, Class C. Okay, that's what I thought.
Actually, a B plus. Okay. We have instead of the bed over the cab, we have the Trekker with the cabinets that go over the cab.
It's an island bed.
Yeah, it's a island bed, 26-foot Forester TS on a Ford Transit chassis, gas powered. It averages 13 to 14 miles to the gallon, V6. We bought that one because Diana felt comfortable she could drive it. We had a 26-foot travel trailer before that, but I've got some medical issues, and there are days that I cannot drive, and she needed to be able to do that. And while she can tow a trailer, she did not feel comfortable that she could hook up the anti-sway bars and do the necessary things for that. So we sold that and bought this little 26-foot Forester TS, and boy, no regrets. Other than, would I like it to be a little bigger? Sure, I would. But it fits in a standard parking space. I can take it anywhere. It's not able to tow. So we have 2 electric bicycles that we take. I can't take a car. And it really worked out on our trip last summer. And we were hoping to be in Utah now. But unfortunately, with COVID, we put those plans on hold. So,
yeah, we're supposed to be in Maui right now.
Maui, you can't drive your RV to Maui.
No, we take a flight there usually once a year, and we had a 3-week vacation plan there. It was supposed to start on the 13th and go through like June 5th or something like that. But we've rescheduled it for December. Prices went up, so we had to drop it from a 3-week down to a 2-week. But we'll be there in December in Maui when all this is all past us, hopefully.
There we go.
So you mentioned earlier just getting started, and that a lot of people, how do I plan? How do I do this? We actually did that about a decade earlier. We talked about traveling while I still had a job because I've worked from home for 20 something years. And just one thing after another kind of kept us from doing that. And we finally did the same thing. We just said, tomorrow might not come. You know, we
Right.
think we're going to make it to 65. We think we're going to make it to 70, 80. We're hoping, but you just never know. So we just decided to go ahead and go forward and, kind of have early retirement, make it work. And there's been some challenges, but we've really made it work. And I think you have that slogan, I think, on your site is tomorrow might not come, right? And is
Tomorrow's
that your?
not guaranteed.
That's right. That's right. And that's you don't want to go into it completely blind, but I think you also don't want to put it off trying to overplan and find that perfect time because it may not come.
Well, I think through our 40s, never crossed my mind that maybe I didn't have as many left as I'd already lived. When we hit our 50s and we began to lose friends to cancer and to other sicknesses, and then my brother and some of my family are quite sick, and I just sat there and I said, you know what? I don't want to leave with any regrets. There are places I want to go, and we had talked about getting an RV for years and years and years. But when you're in the military and you're moving every 3 years, you're raising 3 children. You just don't do that. And once they all grew up and moved out, our youngest lives out in Mount Vernon, Washington. Our daughter lives in Connecticut, and our oldest son lives just outside of Charlotte in South Carolina. And one of the things that started happening is every time we wanted to go travel, we had to put the dogs in the doggy hotel. Mm-hmm. And you're out there for 10 days or 2 weeks, and you just spend $600-700 for the dogs, not including anything else. And you felt like they were missing out. There are a lot of trails out west that dogs are welcome on. And we said, Sapphire and Sienna would love this. So we said, well, let's take them with us. And it has worked out. We've been pretty fortunate.
How did your dogs react when you got back to your sticks and bricks home?
Oh, they collapsed on the tile floors for about 2 days. They were like, oh, thank goodness. They were very excited at first. They knew where they were. They knew their backyard. And then I think they slept for 2 days.
Yeah,
I really do. But Sienna is a rescue. And Sapphire we've had since she was a pup. And they're bonded sisters. They do everything together. And Sienna's a little bit overprotective of Diana, and she has severe separation anxiety, which really came to light in Yellowstone when you're getting out of the car every 30 minutes, the next beautiful overlook.
So we're going to ask our vet about that. I think it was Prozac, right?
That's right. So we went through a few things, and we were just saying today. So our dogs were very happy when we got back as well. But still, Priscilla, regardless of whether we're in the RV or whether we're at home, she didn't like when we left. She would just be very, very anxious. She didn't destroy things for the most part, but just very, very anxious. She would run to her water bowl and drink and then run across the house. And so there would be drips as she ran around, and she sheds a lot. So, and in fact, when she's stressed, she sheds even more. And so we set up some cameras. We took some videos of what she was like a year ago, and you can see some of that. She's just all over the place. And we tried something before Prozac, Xanax, or something like that that the vet recommended, but we were only supposed to do that like an hour before we leave. And the first time it really knocked her out, but and it was good because we got to go and not have to worry about things and feel that she was mellow. But she also looked doped, right? She was shaky. Right. She could barely stand. And the second time she just powered through it. So we gave her the medicine and she never slept. She just powered through it. And she was a little slower with her pacing, but she never laid down. So we're like, we quit doing it. And we went back to the vet and he said, try daily Prozac. And we give him daily Prozac. And within a few days, it started taking that edge off where she was a little bit more chill. And now, actually today, Chris left while I was upstairs in the office. And usually within a few minutes, she comes upstairs and like, what's going on? It was probably almost an hour and she never even came and checked. She was just perfectly content. So we're really pleased with the results.
Good.
And it's just one pill in the morning every day, and it just keeps her real chill. I mean, you can still tell when we start putting our shoes on, she's like, "Oh, okay, they're going."
Yeah, we have that. Absolutely.
But yeah,
you can't say the word go.
There's a whole list.
There's a whole list of things you can't do. It's pretty crazy, because you want to acclimate the dogs into your life, and you find that instead they've acclimated you into their life. So
that's true.
We've been trained.
I did Bike Week in 09 and 010 with my brother. I used to ride. I had a Harley Ultra Classic, and we put about almost 40,000 miles on that before I was unable to ride anymore. But that was one of the things that taught us that we really wanted to get out. We went up and did Tail of the Dragon, the Great Smoky Mountains, and
cool.
Those were just wonderful trips. But we started with the travel trailer. Thought that was really the right tool. Gave us the ability to have the car and everything else. But what we found for us was that you'd be driving along and there'd be this pull off or this overlook, and you were 60 feet long. You couldn't get in it. And if you could get in it, you couldn't park. And we said, well, we'll go to the campground and we'll come back. Well, that might be an hour. Yeah. So you just skipped it. And so for us, getting Gumby, which is our 26 footer, I won't hesitate to take that into a parking lot. I can fit it in just about any parking space. And that for us is pretty good. It has a downside though, because that is our main vehicle. So if we want to go to Grand Teton or to Yellowstone, we're driving. We're leaving the campground and we're driving that.
Right.
So we modified quite a bit of our travel plan. Typically, I pull in, I hook up electric and leave everything else on self-contained. And then when I start to run low on water or my tanks are full, I go ahead and dump those. But it gives us the ability in the morning. I just unplug the electric power, roll that up, and we leave the campsite, go do the exploring we're going to do, come back in, plug the power back in, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's a really good plan. That's what I was going to say is that's the thing about if you are taking your main RV as your commuter vehicle, that's set up and tear down, but it sounds like you've got a good plan for that. So I only got time for a couple more questions. Sure. And then we'll address a couple more that have been asked here. So what came first, the RV or was the channels what kind of inspired you to get into it? Did you start the channel or did you start camping first?
No, we camped first. The channel came as a way for our grandchildren and our kids to see what we were doing. And we never expected it to go. When we got 100 subscribers, we were just floored that we'd gotten 100. And then when we got to 500, we were like, I can't believe this many people are interested in what we're doing.
And we're really not sure they are actually, but it's all right.
But yeah, no, we try to keep it interesting. We try to keep it light, and we try to show what the real life is like. There are days things just are not going well, and I've told her, you better pull that camera back. If I've got a flat tire or something, I'm not in the mood for her to be sticking a camera in my face. So but she's good. She'll step back 2 feet and film it anyway. So
yeah, we haven't been good at that either. So I'm not good at a lot of the DIY stuff and things like that. We started with the same plan, share stuff with friends and family, just capture our journeys, and really with a mission of paying it forward or showing people the positive in life, because there's so much negative out there, right? Exactly. And so we really never. I expected it to be in the beginning faster because we had a coffee shop and we had lots of followers there, and I thought, a third of them would come over. Nobody cared. They just went and bought their coffee somewhere else and never signed up or anything. But it's been fun. I enjoy the filming. I'm not a photographer or filmographer. I enjoy the editing, but I'm not great at that. I enjoy the social media aspect. And again, I'm just kind of self-taught at that. So we're just kind of winging our way through it. We've talked about a lot of ideas, but a lot of times just the time to do it and do it in a real professional or organized or fun way. it just doesn't happen. So I have the greatest plans to film a lot of stuff, and then it's just like it gets there and it's like it's too much of a hassle, so we just
It requires a conscious effort to say, I'm going to film today, and it can interfere with your ability to explore.
Yep, it does.
Especially if you're not comfortable walking and talking with a camera 2 feet from your face and people looking at you. But I think it's for us, it's great because we go back and watch our own videos and go, oh my goodness, I'd forgotten that we stopped at that waterfall. And on top of that, I took 4,000 pictures with our regular cameras. I don't think we've downloaded all of them still to this day. But the one thing that we didn't expect was the community. The community is amazing.
Yeah, I had no idea. We had followed a couple channels, or my wife did before, but I had no idea there was this kind of underlying community with doing the meetups. We're very excited about our first meetup later this year, and meeting folks as we travel. Hope to meet you someday as well.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't make our paths cross. We're going to be in Mayberry, so if you're going to be there,
we'll be there. Awesome. That's fantastic. So we did have a question here, or actually a statement from RV Traveling MI researcher. Come to Utah now. We'll come do a meetup. So we're actually going to be going to Utah ourselves. We're going to be going through there. So maybe we'll be able to connect with you on our way through. That would be cool. Let me see. Was there any more questions in here? We had Imagine Your Odyssey just says prayers for the people in Michigan. I saw some news about the dam breach that was going on up there, and they were evacuating a town. So definitely people lift them up in prayer.
Bangladesh just had a massive flood as well today.
Where was that at?
Bangladesh.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They have a monsoon.
Yeah. The strongest storm I think in recorded history to hit them. The news said, for whatever you can believe on that. I will tell you, it's hot here in Southwest Florida. Yeah, it was 94 today, and I'm ready to go.
You're so ready.
So where is your home base?
Our home base is in Fort Myers, Florida. We're about 35 miles north of Blue Wave Odyssey.
Okay.
Bob and Debbie are great. Met up with them at the Tampa show. But we are, if you go down the coast west, we're just about as far southwest in Florida as you can go before you got to turn.
Yeah, go to Tampa and then keep going about 2 more hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Bushnell all winter, but it was mostly motorcycle riding. And we got down to Tampa a little bit. We wanted to go to Key West, but that didn't happen this time. We'll be back in Florida winter of 2022. If we take our grandkids when they turn 5, and we've got one turning 5 then. So we'll probably be in, I'm not sure. We haven't figured out the dates yet, but probably 1 month we'll be around the beaches up in Ormond and Daytona, and then probably spend a month or so in Orlando, and we want to get down to Key West for a couple of weeks, so we'll be coming right through your area. So
absolutely.
We'll see if you're there at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah, keep in tabs. We'd love to have you. We can turn the grandkids loose in the swimming pool in the backyard.
Absolutely.
We don't use it.
Well, I went over time, but I thank you so much. It was enjoyable to talk to you. There's a few questions for you in chat. If you guys are going to stick around, go ahead and talk to some of the other people in chat, and we're going to get back to our games. But I really appreciate you coming in, and we will see you in Mayberry, if not before then.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation, Brad. You guys be safe, and hopefully our paths will cross, if not before, then in Mayberry for sure.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Take care.
All right. Nice people. Lots of channels out there with wonderful people. All right, let's get back to our agenda here. We're going to do Trivia Bingo. Let me share my screen, and I'll show you where we're at on Trivia Bingo. And this is important because I showed the points earlier. Trivia Bingo, if you get a bingo, you get 25 points. So you got a way to jump up there right with the leaders if you get a bingo. So let me share my screen. There we go, Trivia Bingo. All right, so here's where our board currently is. Sue is in pretty good shape for getting a bingo. That would jump her way out in front. We've got Jarhead and Ginger here. Uncle Lisa's got a chance on the TV row, so we're gonna do some of these trivia here. Let's get started. Let me go find something good here. We'll start with music. See if I can find a good one. Let me see what we need. We need either the music in the 60s or current music. Let me go find something good here. What California group waited 22 years to score their first chart-topping single since 1966? So this is going to go in the 60s section. They had their first chart-topping single in 1966, but it took them 22 years later before they had another chart-topping single. Which group are we talking about? Which group are we talking about? It's about time now. Looks like they came through right off the interview to get the first answer. Beach Boys. Beach Boys is the correct answer. So if we come back to here, we're going to have It's About Time Now. They just wiped out the top row there. Okay, so let's see here. We've got this row that can be good, and this row that can be good, and the bottom that can be good. So let's go with TV from one of those eras and see if we keep this board alive, or we're going to be going to another trivia board here to start over if we wipe it out. So let's find some TV trivia. Let's see here. Find a good one. Let's see, do we still have the 80s open? We do. Okay, so this is TV or celebrity trivia. We're going to put this one in the TV spot. It's not really a TV show. We're looking for which popular politician survived an assassination attempt, and he was also a movie star. It was in 1980. Which politician, U.S. president, survived an assassination attempt in 1980? Lucky Dog gets that one. Ronald Reagan is the correct answer. And I see Aaron Jemison in the house with his trusted chicken answer. That's never correct. Actually, we had one last week that was chicken. So that one goes in the 80s. That's Lucky Dog. Okay, let's go back to another one here. Let's see what we got. So that's got rid of this row. We've still got Moon Dance on the bottom one, and also movies that might work. So let's go do a movies 70s. Movies 70s. Let me find a good movies from the 70s. Find a good movie from the 70s. Lots of trivia questions are not dated. That's my challenge here. And if I had more time, but this week was crazy, so I wasn't able to get everything prepped like I like to. Well, let's go with the 90s movies because I can't find a 70s right now. I saw a 90s. Where is it? There it is. Whose Oscar was sold in 1994 for over $500,000? Whose Oscar was sold in 1994 for $500,000? It's actually a movie, not a person's. If I look at the answer here, yeah, it's not. It's from a particular movie. Not a person. Whose Oscar was sold in 1994 for over $500,000? See if anybody gets that one. Casablanca? No, that's not correct. Orson Welles? That's a good answer. It's actually a bit newer, in the 1980s. Citizen Kane. Not Pretty Woman. It was a musical, kind of a musical, I guess you could say. Not Dirty Dancing, not Seinfeld. I don't want to give the first the actor or actress that was in it because that'll give it away. Wasn't Grease. Uncle Lisa is pretty excited about it. Was Cats. That's not correct. Okay. No, it had a former stand-up comedian female as the lead actress. She was a Vegas singer turned choir director. Somebody should get it off of that one, I would think. And I have no idea why it sold for $1 million. It's About Time Now. Sister Act. Sister Act is the correct answer. So let's go get It's About Time Now in there. That was in the 80s movies. Okay, let's see here. We've still got this bottom row and this row, and everything else is wiped out. So let's try find some 70s here. And I don't think Moondance is here tonight, so might wipe that out as well. Let's see here. Let's do some sports 70s maybe. See if I can find that. I need 70s or 2000s. Let's see here. When you're looking for them, they're all the other years. Okay, here we go. 1977. What former Yankee southpaw? So a former Yankee pitcher. He explained how to doctor a baseball in a 1977 article, Confessions of a Gunk Ball Artist. Which famous Yankee pitcher gave out the secrets of cheating, basically, in Confessions of a Gunk Ball Artist? Does anybody know that pitcher? Hey, forever best friend, Charlie Grace. And it looks like Aaron had a crazy week too. Iowa is opening up, and so they're crazy there as work campers. Let's see, Hank Aaron, nope. Sammy Sosa, nope. Craig Nettles, it's a great name. I like Craig Nettles. Pete Rose, nope. He was older pitcher. Let me see if I can find another one. Looks like people are stumped on that one. Go ahead and keep answering. We'll see if we get the right answer while I'm looking for another trivia question. Yep, Craig Nettles was the third baseman. Whitey Ford. Whitey Ford is the correct answer. Lucky Dog gets that. So sports in the 70s. Whitey, Lucky Dog. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a break from the trivia here, and we're going to do our first drawing in a few minutes. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and do another trivia in just a second, but let me get that link in for that video. Or Amy, if you still have that link for the video, that's awesome. If you could share it, I'm going to put it in one more time here. And we're going to do our drawing in just about 5 minutes. We'll do our first $10 drawing. And then our second drawing will be on our Monday doggy movie. So I'll put that link in just a minute, but if you want to go find that on your own, you can do so as well. And we'll do that at the end of this session tonight. All right, so let me go ahead and do another question, giving people time to go over to that movie and enter a comment or two on that movie so you can be entered in the drawing, and we'll come back and do that drawing in just a minute. Let me try to find a good question here. It looks like right now we've only got one line left that is live, so we'll look for 2000s, and if we wipe this one out, we will clear the board and start over again. But you also get a point for every correct answer, so we'll be putting those points in as well, so it'll help you out either way. All right, let's go find some 2000s trivia. Let me see if I can find a good one here. The history ones are all super old. It's hard to find those in the right category. Let's go back to music. Music's already filled out for that line. No, it's not. Music. Let's do music. Music for 2000s, it's easier to find some that are newer, I think, in music. Bear with me while I find one. I'm interested in when everybody is leaving on their next trip and where they're going. I see a lot of people making some plans. So let us know in the chat, and we'll see if our plans are matching up. All right, I'm going to do a search on a specific topic because I'm not finding them in that one I was looking for, 2000s. I don't like the trivia questions that you go to the trivia site. They just give you the questions. They don't give you the answer. That doesn't really help. I should have had Aaron come up with some good music trivia. He's good at that. Let me find it. All right. We're going to look at what is the top song, the biggest hit of 2002. Does anybody know who had the biggest hit of 2002? The top Billboard hit for the year of 2002 is what we're looking for. I need to take Pete Rose off there because it definitely was not Pete Rose. Or Craig Nettles. Does anybody know who it was? NSYNC is not correct. It was a power trio rock band, I believe. I'm not sure if they're around anymore, but they were pretty big in 2002. Not Michael Jackson, not Justin Timberlake. And Uncle Lisa gets it with Nickelback. Nickelback is correct. Nickelback is correct. So with Nickelback and getting the music there, it wipes out our trivia board. No chance for a bingo, I don't think. Nope, not diagonal. Nowhere like that. Okay, we're gonna mix it up this time. We're gonna add in four corners as well as the other bingos. So you can get the four corners as a bingo, or diagonal, or vertical, or horizontal. Before I start the new bingo board, we're going to go ahead and do a drawing. So that link, I'll put it in one more time here while I pull up the comment generator. Go ahead and go to that link. You don't have to watch the video. You're just going to enter a comment or two. And I'm going to go find that random comment generator that we use so we can give away a $10 gift card. And you do need to be here to win, so stick around at the end for the second drawing as well. Let me see how many comments we've got on that. We got 18 comments right now. We've got 20 people in here, so I'll give about 60 seconds here for more people if they want to comment on that video. Maybe we'll do one let's do one trivia to start off the new trivia board. We'll do an easy one here. Get your fingers ready because everybody's going to know this one. It's a 1990s music is what we're going to start with. Uncle Lisa, you can definitely give it away, or you could tell us instead of sending you a gift card, we can donate it to one of our charities. It's your win, so we will do whatever you want with that $10 as long as it's legal. All right, you ready? What was the number one hit in 1990s for Vanilla Ice? Vanilla Ice, what was his number one hit? That's going to go on our 90s board. Number one hit. Happy Place Camping comes through first, so they get the spot on the board. All right, so that should be long enough for everybody to go and enter that comment on that link. Let me go back to that random generator here. Let's try again. We've got 21 comments now. Everybody's been given ample time. Let me share that screen. If there's any drummers in here, we'll take a drum roll. 21 comments. 21 comments. Let's get ready here. We haven't done the other video yet, Brian. We'll put that link in just a second. It's our video from Monday. This is for the Friday video last Friday, the Gator Harley chili cook-off. And here we go. Lucky Dog Productions moderator Sue wins the prize. All right, Sue. And we will continue on. Let me see where we're at on our agenda. Trivia bingo, first giveaway, facts, falsies, and fiction. So we'll come back to some trivia if we have some time a little bit later and continue filling out the trivia board, the bingo trivia. But we have some facts, fiction, and falsies here. And so the way that these work, let me actually stop sharing here so that you can't see the answers. And go to presenter view and reshare that screen. Facts, fiction, and falsies. And what we're looking for here is the fact for a particular channel. That's the wrong view. I share it again. Let me try that one more time. There we go. That's the right one. Got it. Okay, so you're going to guess the fact here. And what we're going to be looking for is one of our moderators, Amy McFarland, the off-grid empath. This is something true. One of these statements is true about her. And so we give about 90 seconds and go ahead and start putting your answers in. You only guess once. And anybody that gets the answer, you don't have to get first. You'll get a point. Did she quit her job and drive to California at age 18? Did she recently go birding in Alaska? Has she passed out on the strip in Las Vegas? Did she once break her arm running from a boy? does she raise bunnies and possums? Imagine your Odyssey 1 through 5. You're disqualified. Quite a few ones, a 4, a 3. I'll give it about 15 more seconds and then we'll reveal the answer. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link in for the next giveaway, which will be probably about 45 minutes or so, 30, 45 minutes. So here is the link for the next giveaway. And we are going to reveal this answer. We got quite a few came through there. The answer is indeed quit job and drove to California at age 18. The falsies here were JC Journey, went birding in Alaska recently, and Henry Does It, who I have not seen tonight. She broke her arm. She claims it was just running in gym class. Chris and I like to tell her it was running from a boy. She claims we're embellishing the story a little bit. Okay, next one is Chasing RV Sunshine, Deb, specifically Deb. Has she run 6 full marathons? Is she a certified barista? Does she own a coffee farm in Maui? Did she once hike barefoot across the country? Or was she a junior Miss Tennessee in her teens? And go. Well, that's coming in. I'm going to go see if there's any other announcements that we wanted to put some banners up on. I'll go ahead and put the sticker address in there, send a sticker to us. So Aaron, I saw that you got our sticker. Now you've got our address to send us a sticker of yours, your 3 Tails, if you've got any of those stickers. If you don't have any now, you'll have to get some ordered by the time we come up there. We've got 5, 5, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2. It looks like I've got, this is a good one. So I don't think they've been on the last couple of weeks. It's a great channel. And here's a fact for you. Her husband likes to bar hop at a specific time, and I'll reveal that time here in just a second. Give it about 10 more seconds, and we'll show the answer. I would like to be 3. Yes, I agree. But that's completely fiction. Nobody that I know owns a coffee farm in Maui. I would like to buy one. Remember that one we looked at that a few years ago that was a coffee farm over there? And I think it had one of those yurts or circular things there. It was definitely going to be very rudimentary, or I'm not sure the right word. It didn't. It had a water catchment facility. It was way up in the upcountry in Maui. And it might have been on the Big Island, right before the volcano started. But it was gorgeous. It had all kinds of other stuff besides coffee too. You could pretty much live off the land. So anyway, Deb at Chasing RV Sunshine has run 6 full marathons. Certified barista, that's my wife, Christina. Hiked barefoot across the company, that's our friend Bob at Blue Wave Odyssey. All right, the next one is K&R Destinations, who went live tonight for the first time not too long ago, a little earlier tonight. And let's see, they have 6 kids and 3 grandkids. Do they own a shrimping boat? Do they have 35 grandkids? Did they both serve in the fire department together? Or did they lose everything to an apartment fire at one point? Let's see what kind of answers we get for that. And I see Aaron inviting everybody. Yep, we're going to have some details. I haven't had time to really kind of look, and I'm going to actually talk to Aaron about, it really looks like a cool little town there. And we're going to be up there from, I think, Sunday through Sunday. But for that final weekend, which I think is the last weekend in August, maybe that Friday night, Saturday night, or if you could just come for Saturday and Sunday, either one, we'll probably try to do something fun there at the RV park, do a meetup, maybe a barbecue, and if people play live music, maybe Aaron can help us arrange something like that. That'd be cool. All right, so what we got here, we've got 44154111. Nobody thinks they own a shrimping boat or have 35 grandkids. All right, let's go reveal this one. Has 6 kids and 3 grandkids. And I forgot to tell you the fact on the previous one. So something to keep in mind here is Joel actually goes bar hopping when Deb is doing full marathons. So he's cheering her on from the bars along the route, I think. And in this one, Falsey here for Everland has 35 grandkids, and also Jerry and Diana Holly both served in the fire department together. And as you know, Jerry's wife Diana's been quite ill with cancers and complications of cancer. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers as well. All right, here we go. It's about time now. We just interviewed them early, and they may or may not have given this away in the interview. If you were here, you're probably going to get this one correct. So was their first RV Express? Did they once own a Blockbuster location before it all went bad? Is their RV named Gumby? Did they used to own a watch clock repair and restoration business? Or did they previously have an RV named Traveling Ginger? Looks like people were paying attention. Maybe. Either that or everybody heard them wrong. But everybody's saying 3. RV is named Gumby. Good deal. Yeah, they had no idea I was going to do this tonight. So they helped you guys out and got you guys lots of points. And Imagine Your Odyssey is guessing the falsy number 5 is KYD, and he is indeed correct. So the only one that people might not have known is our first RV was named Pineapple Express. This was our 26-foot bunkhouse travel trailer that we got, and we had no idea there was a movie called Pineapple Express or what that movie was about. And we didn't find this out until we had all of the vinyl made and we had it on the trailer. Chris had pineapple tablecloths and had decorated the thing in the pineapples. And then one of our daughters came camping with us and laughed when we told her the name. And then we found it out. So we didn't change it. We just traded it in a year later on our next one. And we haven't named one since. We did name our tow vehicle, but we have not named one since. And then Traveling Ginger, that was one of KYD's. I think it was one of the first ones that they had. And they have a different name for each one that I get, I think, based on. But it always has, I think, the name Ginger in it. Oh, I didn't even realize that it's about time now. PE is like pause and effect, P and E. Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe we just need to go back to that name for our motorhome. All right, here's a new channel. We just connected with these guys a couple weeks ago. Really cool channel. They're fairly small, so you want to go check them out. And I'll make a plug now. I said earlier, we need more of your facts. It doesn't take long. Just send us an email and tell us some simple fact like this, and we will add it in and we'll do shout outs when we do the live sessions. So Proteus Rising, did they once appear on, or he or she, whichever one, we're not talking about any one of them here, so it could be one or the other, appear on an episode of Deadliest Catch? Did one of them help design the logo for Bass Pro Shops? Do they full-time travel, and do they split it between full-time RV and full-time sailing? Are they selling their home, boats, and RV to downsize and travel full-time? Are they currently based in Okinawa, Japan? Looks like everybody's going for full-time travel, but split between RV and sailing. Uncle Lisa's trying to give away the other falsies. Ginger and Crackhead. Happy Place Camping says 4, selling home boats. I'll give a few minutes here, or a few more seconds here. Let some more answers come in. And I'm going to put one more up here. There we go. Just reminding everybody, this month our top prizes are paid off based on watch hours. So every hour you watch helps give more to charity at the end of the month. Okay, let's see who or what the correct answer here is. They do. They split their time between RVing and sailing. They sold their home and bought an RV and a sailboat, and they are sailing part of the time and RVing the other part of the time. Pretty cool situation. And Uncle Lisa was right for the most part. Selling home, boats, and RV to downsize full-time travel is meant to be RVing. And currently based in Okinawa, Japan is Jarhead and Ginger. Jarhead and Ginger. Yep. Imagine Your Odyssey, Proteus. The name kind of gave it away a little bit there. Old Man in the Sea. All right, so that takes us back to Trivia Bingo. Let me see where we're at on our time here. Hope everybody's having a good time. I need to open my presentation back up. I closed it on accident. All right, we are at 8:25, so we are right on time. We've got a little bit of time left. We'll do some more Trivia Bingo, and then we'll do our last giveaway here shortly. I think Amy's been putting that link in there, the Presley, the Silly Husky. If you guys can leave a comment there. Every comment is an entry into our last giveaway. And let me get the bingo board back up here. Share my screen. All right, let's share this and do a few more trivia. See if we can get somebody 25 points. All right, there's the bingo board, and we're going to do something a little, mix it up here to try to help people win. So whoever gets the first one gets to determine what the next category and year is. What's in the Amazon box? This was our anniversary present, which actually we're going to video this on our anniversary. It is a I don't know if you can see what that is or tell what that is. It is a fondue thingy. So some of you may know that we fairly often we do like a seafood boil, like melting pot style when we're gone camping. So we love going to the melting pot, the fondue place where you do your cheese and all the pretzel bread and all that stuff. You get a salad, and then you get your different meats that you put in the type of boil or whatever that you're doing, the cooking style. You eat your meats with these wonderful sauces, and then you get the chocolate peanut butter or the dessert, and you do your stuff like that. So we were talking about going to the melting pot for our anniversary in a couple weeks, but we didn't know if they were going to be open. So instead of going to the melting pot, we decided to go ahead and buy us an electric fondue set so we can actually take it camping with us and share some of our recipes and our fondue nights along with you. In fact, that would be something that would be fun to do, although our pot would not be very supportive of a large meetup. We would have to do the true traditional larger seafood boil if we had a lot of people. But it's basically the same thing on a smaller scale. And our anniversary, just for those that might have asked, is the 28th of May, and it will be 22 years. 22 years this year. I did not almost flip the tabletop. Yep, not a dog toy. Presley tears up the dog toys, so we'll buy a dog toy now and then, but we would be broke if we bought them as fast as she tears them up. All right, let's get back to some trivia, and then I'll answer some more questions or chat with everybody as we go along here. Okay, so this one, if you get the right answer, you get to pick the next question. Hopefully I can find a question to match up with what you pick. I'm struggling a little bit tonight. All right, so let's go with, let's stick with music since I'm already on that. And we have 90s already taken, so let me find a different year here. What was the title of Al Green's 1970s #1 single? What was the title of Al Green's #1 single in the 1970s? Uncle Lisa is wanting us to do trivia when everybody here was alive. There's Fox the cutest dog in the West. And thank you, Scott. Yeah, I do. When I'm working, I don't always get to participate in the lives very well, but I've got a second computer, so a lot of times I will try to watch a playlist or an entire channel if it's a smaller channel and have captions on, so I kind of pick it up a little bit, but I don't get to fully engage, but I do give you a full watch. I don't just and I try to comment and like as many of them as I can as well. Let's see what kind of answers we got coming in here. Let's stay together. Let me see. I think I'm seeing the first one being B&D Crafts. Let's stay together. I think that's the correct answer. Let me go back and double check. That's correct. Let's stay together. All right, B&D Crafts. That was in 1970s. So would you like to pick the next category and genre or year? And while you're picking that, I'll go back and see if there's any other comments. Lucerne, Switzerland. That had to be awesome. How does it differ? How does it differ from the contemporary or the Americanized fondue, Sue? I'd be interested in that. B&D's Crafts says 70s sports. So we're going to do that. 70s sports. Let me go find a good 70s sports. Sue says it was expensive, but it was good though. All right, 70s sports. Let me find a good 70s sports. Sports. Okay, let's find a good sports one. Let's see here. 1970s sports. We're going to do an NBA basketball. Which player set the record for field goal percentage of 72.7% in the 1972-73 season? Which basketball player recorded 72.7 field goal percentage, which is a record in the 1972-73 season? That means he made almost 73% of his shots. I don't think they were three-pointers. I'm just guessing. And it looks like Happy Place Camping beat Brian at B&D Crafts to the answer barely. Wilt Chamberlain is correct. I think he also had that was the year he had a 100-point game, right? Where he stood on his end of the court and didn't even play defense, and they would pass him the ball and he would dunk it. Especially in the second half when he had so many points, they helped him get to that 100-point mark, I believe. All right, so let's get this put in there for Happy Place Camping. Happy Place Camping, which block would you like? '80s music. '80s music, yeah, there we go. Uncle Lisa, that's when a lot of us were kids. We're in the '80s. Not kids, teenagers, some of us. You youngins. I don't know hardly any of the music in the last probably 10 or 15 years, because once my ears started going bad, I did kind of quit listening to music, unfortunately, as much as I love it. So let me get some music trivia going here. 1980s music trivia. Okay, this group was popular in the '80s, and they had hits like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, and November Rain. Which group are we talking about? Happy Place Camping, looks like they come through with that one as well. Uncle Lisa was right behind them. Happy Place Camping, Uncle Lisa, RV Traveling in My Researcher, and It's About Time Now. Scott Jacobs, Imagine Your Odyssey, all got it in that order. All right, Happy Place, you got another one on the board here with music. What spot would you like us to go to next? We probably got time for a couple more of these before we do our final drawing. Yep, that's a good point. If you're coming in short, make sure you hit the live button and make sure you caught up. 80s TV, 80s TV. Let's go find some 80s TV. Let's see here. Which spinoff from The Cosby Show premiered in 1987? It was another series after The Cosby Show in 1987. What was the name of that spinoff comedy series? Wow. Happy Place Camping is serious about getting a bingo tonight. They beat Sue. Happy Place Camping. 80s TV. Okay, what would you like next, guys? Somewhere in the 80s, I assume. Sports, movies, or history. '80s history. Let me go try to find an '80s history. I'm just going to search for that because the history trivia that I'm looking at. Okay, so this will be an interesting one. On May 22nd, in 1980, a very popular video game was released. Name the video game that was released on May 22nd, 1980. I've got this game in my basement, along with many other early arcade games. And let's see, it looks like Scott must have refreshed because he came in first with Pac-Man. Pac-Man is the correct answer. I don't think I see anybody before him. Pac-Man. Scott Jacobs. Good job, Scott. Let me know which category you want. Some good games here, though. Mario Brothers, Asteroids, and the one that started it all, Pong. I think Pong was actually in the 70s. Scott Jacobs, what category would you like? What year? Uncle Lisa pick. I can't read the screen. Oh, it's music, sports, movies, history, TV. Uncle Lisa, they want you to pick which spot he should play. I'm saying you probably should do something in history because that's your best chance right now if you want to stay with history. Scott picks movies 70. Movies in the 70s, according to Uncle Lisa. So here we go. Movies in the 70s. We find a good one for the 70s. All right, here we go. This movie was aimed at adults more than children. It's a respectful, beautifully and animated adaptation of Richard Adams' beloved book. It's got a bunny or two in it as well. What's the name of the movie? The characters were voiced by John Hurt, John Bennett, Michelle Cox, Richard Briers. The director was Martin Rosen. Not American Graffiti. It had bunnies in it. It was animated. Not Alice in Wonderland. See if we get this one. Cheech and Chong. They might have thought they were bunnies. Dude, Dave, open the door. I got the stuff. Roger Rabbit. No. Wow. I don't think I ever saw this, but my sister went crazy about it. So let me find another one. I don't think anybody's getting it. Maybe a more mainstream movie. The answer to that one, I don't see it here, so I'm going to go ahead and give it out. It was Watership Downs. Watership Downs was the name of that movie. Okay, so let's see here. Let me find another good one. Okay, this movie wasn't really a kids movie, but it had a lot of kids in it. But it was rude and profane. It had some honesty. It had Walter Matthau, Tatum O'Neal in it. What movie are we talking about? Does anybody know this movie? There we go. Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears is correct. Happy Place Camping gets that one. And that was 70s movies. Happy Place Camping. Not sure why it's bold, but I'll fix that later. Okay, we got time for one more before we do our last drawing. I think Amy's been putting the link in there, so make sure you go comment on that. Yeah, I was surprised you didn't get that one, Chris. Maybe you're falling behind on the live there. My wife loved Bad News Bears. She was actually one of the first girls to play baseball in her hometown. Her and her friend caused all kinds of news stir up because they were the first girls to play on boys teams in baseball. I've got the newspaper article to prove it. And she kind of looked like Tatum O'Neal back then with her ball cap on. 60s music for Happy Place Camping. me go find a good 60s question. Who had a 60s #1 hit with the song Over and Over? Which group had the #1 hit with the song Over and Over? Over and Over. I don't think they were a one-hit wonder, but they weren't popular for super long, I don't believe. It's not the Beatles, not Crimson Clover, not Tommy James. Over and Over is the name of the song in the 60s. Not Tommy James and the Shondells. Jimi Hendrix is the wrong answer, but best guitarist. All right, let's see. Anybody getting that one? I've got another one right after it. Yeah, hit your live. Make sure you hit your live button. You're on the same on the same internet as me, so that's sad if it's delaying that bad. All right, let's. I don't see anybody getting that one. The correct answer was the Dave Clark 5. We've got another one here. Who had a 60s #1 with the song Hello Goodbye? A little bit more mainstream here. Hello Goodbye, 1960s #1 by this group. Uncle Lisa gets it with the Beatles. The Beatles. So 60s music. All right, Uncle Lisa, you have one of the corners, which is important. Oh, I'm not putting the answer in there, Uncle Lisa. All right, there we go. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for today. We will continue on this on next Wednesday for sure. We'll see if we have another one on Monday or whether we cancel that one for the holiday. We'll see how things are going. And now let's go get ready for the last trivia. Or not last trivia, but the last giveaway. I believe that's the link. So if everybody wants to go there, Amy put it in and so did I. Yeah, Uncle Lisa, you were telling us to do more new ones and you got one of the oldest ones we asked tonight. Good job. All right, let me bring up this random generator. Stop sharing my screen. All right, we got 26 comments on there. I'll give just a couple more minutes for people to go in there and leave some comments. While they're doing that, I'm going to go back just to my announcements here and see if there was anything I missed. I'll just talk a little bit about, I'll have more details on this next week because we're just now kind of working out our pathway up to Washington. So we're going to leave around the 14th or 15th of June, and we're going to head south from Missouri, from St. Louis area, down through Oklahoma, into Texas, into New Mexico, Arizona, and then up and spend a couple days at the Grand Canyon. We're going to take about a week getting there. So if you know some sites along I-40 there, old Route 66, along the way there through Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, into Arizona, send us an email, point us to a video that you've done. Or if you're in that area or are going to be traveling through that area, let us know and maybe we can grab a coffee. Or if you've got pups, we'd love to have our pups meet you, meet at a dog park somewhere. Maybe pawn a grandkid off or two if they're being bad and let you take them for a while. Okay, and our destinations. Thanks for coming in. I was on your live earlier. I'm sure you guys were. I'm not sure how late you went on that, but it was a good time. You guys are great hosts. A lot more fun and excitable than me. But my trivia is better. You're not really. Your Batman trivia or your DC comic trivia was pretty fun. I didn't get anything right, but actually, I think I did get one or two right, didn't I? Did I win anything? All right, let's go ahead and share the screen here. The last link is in the comments for the giveaway here. Let's get that going. I'm going to share my screen. Older and wiser, we have been there. And the best fudge does indeed come from Uranus. It indeed does. I've been there twice, and it did not disappoint. All right, so let's see how many comments we got here. We got 27 comments. We're going to start this in just a second. I got to go back over here because, yep, we're going to be going. Well, we actually will be going through there, so we could stop. But there's another candy place that we're planning on stop at. I'm not sure if we can load up the grandkids with 2 candy stores in the first 2 days. Moriarty, New Mexico area in late July through October. We'll actually be through there in June, and then when we're coming back the northern route. So we will miss you at that time. But if you see something cool in that area, definitely point us to a video because we'll be going back to Arizona in the winter and California, and we might be going back through there again. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Yep, there is also a Russell Stover outlet. We've stopped off the 70 for the Russell Stover outlet. I think there's 2 on 70. There might be one on 40 as well. There's a few of those Russell Stover outlets. All right, let me go ahead and get this giveaway. Let's see here. Oh, let me get back to it so we can click the button. Hit the comments one more time. It's 27 comments, and let's get ready to go. Drum roll and go. Uncle Lisa wins, and I know you're still here. So I have Sue's email. Uncle Lisa, I need you to send one of your emails, or not one of your emails, your email. If you have multiple ones, make sure it's the one you want me to send the gift card to. If you do want to give it away, just email me and let me know what you want to do with it. Give it to Scott Jacobs. Well, there you go. Okay, Scott Jacobs, if you can email me at contact us at Pause Effect, you will get the $10 gift card. Let me go ahead and put that in there. Amazon's of no use. I guess delivery charges and $10 US isn't going to go that far. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up. Let me see if anybody else is live here, and we will do we'll end the night by jumping over and checking on somebody else. Let me see what we got here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. I appreciate it. And does anybody know anybody else that's live? Because I'm not seeing anybody else live right now. That might be why. Let me check over here and see. Because on my new computer, I don't have my channel listed, so it's not showing me all my subscriptions. Just 1 second. Let me do one more check here. See. If anybody knows if anybody's live, they can let me know as well. We've got Destinations Delight, Dogzilla Squad, the Hapsters. Hapsters are in Hawaii, but I think they've just got a silent stream going. So I don't know who these guys are, but it looks like they're RVers. Let's check them out. Let me get the link for you. Yeah, they're a fairly new channel, adventuring and traveling, Destinations Delight. So I'm going to put that link in for their live that's going on right now. They've got Adventures in the Heartland over there. It looks like they've got a panel going on right now. So if you want to check that out, just let them know that you came over from Pause and Effect. That would be fantastic. Here's the link. And for now, I also let everybody know that we will not be doing a scheduled live throughout June and July, most likely, because we'll have the grandkids with us. We'll be doing some more impromptu lives. So Chris and I got a couple of topics that we'll probably do before then. And then once we have the grandkids, we'll probably, go live when we're at a particular destination or during our travel, having some fun, letting you guys see the chaos that 5 grandkids can cause. But we won't be doing the trivia nights in June and July. So next week is your last opportunity to join our last 2 or 3 trivia nights. We really appreciate everybody hanging out with us. It was fun, especially during these lockdowns and pandemics, but now we're ready to get back out on the road. Let me go ahead and put another link in here. We're going to pop over there. We'll see you over on Destinations Delight. Make sure you tell them that you came over from Pause and Effect. We appreciate it. Is meant to be RVing live, Scott? I don't show them. All right, folks, it looks like you might want to check them out as well. It looks like Amy McFarland put Meant to Be RVing in there. I did not show them on my screen for being live. So check out either one of those channels. Let them know you came over from Pause and Effect, and I'll probably pop over and say hi to both of those live sessions. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and check out of here and read the comments. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Adios.